Have you ever woken up in the morning, opened your eyes, and instead of peace, felt an undercurrent of anxiety, responsibility, and the noise of the world waiting outside? In that moment, it's easy to forget that our lives are not shaped by circumstances, but by the quality of our thoughts. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, left us with a timeless reminder: the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Stoicism, carried across thousands of years, remains a guiding torch for us today. It does not teach us to avoid the storm, but to stay calm within it. It does not tell us to change the entire world, but to master the world within. Amid the noise and haste of the 21st century, Stoicism is more than a philosophy. It is the silent weapon of those seeking freedom in their own minds. Imagine this: every morning no longer feels like a burden, but a launchpad. No longer the moment we collapse before the alarm clock, but the moment we rise with clear purpose, illuminated by focus, resilience, and calm. That is the power of a trained mind, and in this video, we will walk through that door together, discover timeless Stoic strategies, learn how to turn your mornings into the foundation of an entire life, and find the way to face chaos while keeping inner peace intact. If you've ever longed for a life that doesn't just pass by, but is truly lived with intention, with purpose, and with freedom of the soul, then give your full attention to this journey. Because what you're about to hear may change not only how you begin each day, but the course of your entire life. 1. Ikigai, living with purpose. In a world full of turbulence, many people wake up each morning without knowing why they live. We dive into work, responsibilities, and the endless grind, yet rarely pause to ask, what truly makes my life worth living? The Japanese call that answer Ikigai, the intersection of 4 circles: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. When you discover your Ikigai, mornings no longer feel like a burden, but like a beginning filled with anticipation. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Every morning when you wake, remember that you have been given another chance to fulfill your role in the vast tapestry of humanity." This is not merely theory, it is a compass for life. When a Japanese nurse asked terminal patients about their greatest regret, their answer was rarely, "I wish I had worked more often." They said, "I wish I had lived true to what I desired." Ikigai is the key to ensuring we don't say those words too late. Even the simplest of jobs, when connected to Ikigai, becomes sacred. A street sweeper, if he believes he is keeping the city clean for the community, transforms his task into a mission. 2. Discipline and compassion for yourself. Discipline is the small step repeated again and again, while compassion is accepting yourself in the process. Waking up early or maintaining a new habit has never been easy. On the first day, you might feel excited. By the 3rd day, the bed feels irresistibly comforting. By the 5th day, many have already given up. The Stoics remind us, discipline is strength, but it must walk hand in hand with compassion for oneself. Marcus Aurelius often admitted he too was tempted. He too made mistakes. But he did not torment himself. Instead, he reminded himself to learn from failure and keep moving forward. There is a story of a young scholar determined to wake at 5 a.m. every day to read. After 3 days, he overslept. Instead of giving up, he told himself, "I've not failed, I am simply learning how to become disciplined." And with that self-forgiveness, he kept the habit alive for years. Discipline may be the staff that guides you, but compassion is the hand that lifts you up when you stumble. One of Epictetus' students once felt discouraged because he could not keep up his training. Epictetus replied, "You have fallen, then rise again." Each fall is another lesson. 3. The accountability partner. A companion can double your willpower, because they reflect back your commitment. Alone, you may go fast, but to go far, you need someone by your side. The Stoics valued community, a place where we reflect, learn, and are uplifted together. Try sharing your commitment with someone you trust. When the alarm rings at 6 a.m. you won't just think, "Should I get up?" You'll also remember, "My friend is counting on me to keep my word." In history, the philosopher Epictetus emphasized the importance of dialogue and shared learning. He believed that truth is not born in isolation, but in exchange and mutual testing. An accountability partner does more than keep you consistent with your morning habits. They help you build a friendship rooted in growth, development, and maturity together. 4. The Stoic morning routine. Avoiding digital distractions is gifting yourself a golden hour of purity. When we first open our eyes, it is a sacred moment. But if the very first thing we touch is our phone, we are instantly pulled into the whirlpool of the outside world. Stoicism reminds us, begin your day on your own terms, not on the terms of emails and notifications. Marcus Aurelius didn't have social media, but he was still surrounded by the chaos of the Roman Empire. In Meditations he wrote, "The quality of your attention determines the quality of your life." That is why he anchored himself each morning in presence before facing the affairs of state. A cup of coffee in silence, a few lines in a journal, or a short meditation, these are not luxuries, but foundations for peace of mind. Even the smallest act, like making your bed neatly, is a declaration, "I own this day." One famous Japanese entrepreneur begins his morning by gazing at flowers in his garden for 10 minutes. He once said, "It is not a waste of time. It is an investment that allows me to step into the day with a clear mind." 5. Preparing the night for tomorrow. The quality of the morning depends on how we treat the evening. A clear morning always begins the night before. If we end the day exhausted, staying up too late, with our minds overwhelmed by social media and endless news, then clarity in the morning will be hard to find. Stoic philosophy reminds us, prepare for tomorrow through what lies within your control. A small habit, avoid screens 1 hour before bed, and write down the 3 most important tasks for tomorrow. That simple act is like drawing a map that awaits you at sunrise. It is said that Seneca ended each day by journaling, reflecting on how he lived, how he behaved, and what needed correction. This practice made him calm in the face of death, because every day he lived as though tomorrow was never guaranteed. Similarly, an Olympic athlete once shared his secret. Before sleeping, he wrote down 3 priorities for the next day. He believed this small ritual was what kept him steady under the pressure of millions of eyes on the grand stage. 6. Memento Mori and negative visualization. Memento Mori is not to fear death, but to love life more deeply. The Stoics practiced a habit called Memento Mori, the remembrance of death. At first, it may sound grim, but in truth, it is liberating. It reminds us that each day is a gift, and nothing is guaranteed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Live as if each action were your last." When we remember that time is finite, we stop wasting it on trivialities. Alongside this comes the practice of negative visualization, imagining the losses and hardships that could occur, not to inspire fear, but to prepare. When we imagine losing something we cherish, we learn to treasure it more deeply. When we envision obstacles ahead, we train the mind to remain unshaken when they arrive. A Roman soldier, before going into battle, would often picture defeat and even death. But this very act gave him a steadfast heart, for he had already accepted every outcome. 7. Gratitude and the 10 strategies united. Finally, we cannot overlook gratitude. Gratitude is the foundation that turns mere existence into joy. Before sleep, write down 3 things you are grateful for that day. A kind gesture from a stranger, a warm meal, or simply the comfort of your bed. The philosopher Seneca once said, "No man is poor who has gratitude for what he already has." Writing down what we appreciate shifts the mind away from what is missing, and opens our eyes to the abundance already here. A Japanese teacher once required his students to write 3 gratitudes every day. Within months, many reported that they were less quick to anger, less prone to comparison, and felt that life itself had become richer. And when we combine gratitude with the 7 earlier strategies, Ikigai, living with purpose, preparing the evening, a Stoic morning routine, discipline and self-compassion, an accountability partner, Memento Mori, and negative visualization, we weave together a complete tapestry. This is not a list of tips, but a philosophy of life, where every day begins and ends with awareness, resilience, and gratitude. You see, each morning is more than just a beginning. It is your declaration to yourself that you govern your life, rather than letting life govern you. When you rise in awareness, when you infuse even the smallest actions with deeper purpose, then your day, and indeed your entire life, becomes a living testament to Stoicism. Remember, Stoicism is not dusty words on ancient pages. It is an art of living for today, knowing what is within our control and what is not, remaining calm amidst chaos, and cherishing each moment as though it were our last. When you practice Ikigai, prepare your evenings with care, begin your mornings with presence, cultivate discipline yet forgive yourself with compassion, walk alongside an accountability partner, remember death to love life more, envision hardships to grow stronger, and end your days in gratitude. You are not merely changing habits, you are reshaping the very fabric of your life. And therein lies the wonder: you can transform each morning into a proof of Stoicism, and your entire life into a shining example of resilience, wisdom, and gratitude. If this journey speaks to you, take it further. Explore our other playlists, where together we dive deeper into philosophy and the art of living. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment with your reflections, and share this video with someone who might need it. Because sometimes, a single reminder can change the course of a life. I wish you a morning full of purpose. I wish you a life not only long in years, but wide in moments, a life complete, peaceful, and forever steeped in gratitude.